Welcome to Great Neighborhood Cooks. I'm your host, Rob Kircher. Each week I'm going to be knocking on the doors of amazing cooks who live down the street or around the corner. Who knows, maybe from your own neighborhood. For the most part, they're unsung cooks known mainly to their family and friends, or they might be cooks from that great little hideaway restaurant that we love to discover. Either way, their relative obscurity is about to change as I bring them into the spotlight. So who will be the next discovered great neighborhood cook? Well, stay tuned to find out. Welcome to another segment of Great Neighborhood Cooks. Folks, I'm in Naples, Florida, and I'm going to catch up with a guy who is this amazing, amazing cook. Come on, let's go meet him. Hey Mark, how are you?
Very well, how are you? Good to see you. Come on in.
Oh, great. Thank you. This is Mark. Hi Mark, how are you? Thanks for inviting us into your kitchen. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Well, you are a substance abuse counselor, but you're also a very trained chef as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And today you're going to do what?
I'm going to do an Asian steak that I feel is something that can be made with a very affordable cut of meat that usually doesn't have a whole lot of quality to it, but you can turn it into something absolutely delicious. This is just your basic old London broil, you know, not a very desirable cut of meat by any means, but in order to make it delicious, you just have to tenderize it very good. That's the key.
And you do it with a fork, you don't do it with a hammer, right?
I do not. I just jam some holes into it. I feel that if you flatten it, you're ruining the integrity of the meat. All you do is just, you know, poke a fork through it a few times. Some people do it with a knife, but you get better penetration with a fork. And of course, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Basic at this point, right?
Very basic.
Well, you know, I like the fact that you're using actually the tray that comes with the meat to kind of contain everything at this point.
Yeah, I like to do that just so I don't have to dirty my cutting board when I'm going to have to cut vegetables and other things on it.
Good point, yeah.
Especially if you're working with chicken or anything like that. Really get it in there.
Wow.
Yep.
That is a good tip. It's amazing.
That's why I call it the quick marinade. And then I like to add a little bit of ginger, but I like to use a ginger paste. This is the same thing as fresh ginger without having to grate it.
Yeah.
And then for the kicker, a little bit of lime zest.
That's the lime.
Give it a little tap. And then this just gives it a little acidity, and I call it the wow factor.
Now you get this super hot. Is this you're looking for it to kind of smoke at this point?
I get it pretty warm. Yeah, I like a medium high heat. I don't want it to be too hot because I don't want to burn everything that's on here.
Right.
I just want to give it a quick sear before I pop it in the oven, and then that's where it's going to finish. And then I leave it in the oven for approximately 8 to 10 minutes until it's a nice medium rare. Then you have crossover time where it's going to sit and rest anyways and continue cooking. But I want it to be a nice medium rare.
And what degree do you put the oven at?
350.
350, okay.
Yeah, it's just a standard temperature.
So Mark, the steak is ready now, right?
Sure is. After about 8 to 10 minutes, it's roughly been about 8.
Look at that.
Take this puppy out.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
I call that blossoming.
Oh.
I'm going to just let it rest right on the plate for a little while.
I like when you said let it relax opposed to resting. I like that.
Yeah.
Let it relax.
Steak needs to relax. And then to make my sauce, you see all those beautiful drippings down there?
Yeah.
That is nothing but flavor, baby.
Ooh.
So I just
transfer that over, huh?
I transfer that right over to my saucepan. A little bit of soy sauce here. And then a little rice wine vinegar for some acidity. Yep. And then a little garlic. A little bit of ginger paste.
More ginger.
Of course, I'm going to need a thickening agent, and that's when the sugar comes in.
Ah, okay, yeah.
This is going to be very similar to your Japanese steakhouse sauces. They're very common. A couple of healthy scoops because, you know, it's kind of like doing a gastrique.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you get these bottles of, you know, they call it glaze, balsamic glaze.
Yeah.
All it is equal parts of vinegar and sugar reduced by 50%. Use 1 cup of balsamic vinegar, 1 cup of sugar, reduce it by half. Save it for a year, it's fine. I like to put a little
more zest of lime, huh?
Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And I like to just throw in some fresh cilantro. And if you like to
Oh yeah, look at that.
give this a little sniff and tell me what you think.
I think it's incredible. Incredible.
And then all I really want to do now at this point is just, I don't want to burn the sugar, I just want to melt it. So I take it off the heat and I just stir it slightly vigorously. Well, one of my favorite tricks to doing rice is to avoid the measuring, because you always use 1.5 parts of water per 1 part of rice. So all you have to do is just put your rice into a pan, but keep into consideration your rice will expand as it cooks. Yes, sir. No need to measure. Cook with love.
I like the fact that you call it me sir all the time. What do you think about that?
And then just fill it with water and cover it.
Zest some more lime.
Zest some lime. I'm not going to use any lime juice. I don't want acidity. I just want flavor. And then I just sprinkle that right in there because that's going to infuse that water. Just grab a nice bunch of cilantro. And again, this is something that's very strong. So all you want to do is just give it a rough chop and make sure your knife is really sharp. You don't want to bruise your herbs. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp.
Love it.
Grab a lid.
Pop that on. Ooh.
And just set it right there. And then while that's doing what it needs to do, I'm going to go and grab that pan I used for my steak.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all that stuff on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
That's not burnt on food. That's flavor.
It is flavor.
That's what they call in the industry fond. So now I'm just going to throw the asparagus in there because there's plenty of oil already, as you can see. You can see it heating up and boiling. I'm not even blanching my asparagus because it's called charring.
You're charring it, okay.
Yes. No need to blanch it. Just put that at a nice high heat.
Yep.
Just give it a good char. Using all the flavor that was still in the pan.
Mark, the reason for charring the asparagus, what does that actually do to the flavor of the asparagus?
I feel it makes it nuttier. I think it makes it more appealing because it's different than your standard boring blanched asparagus that is cooked in boiling water and then dropped into an ice bath, and there's only so much you can do.
It's killed. It's basically killed, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to kill it. It's like cooking a steak well done. It's already been killed once. Don't kill it again.
Yeah. You got hockey pucks,
Exactly.
We don't like hockey pucks.
Yeah, whenever I see somebody order a well done steak, I always hear taps in the background.
Love it.
I like to take the moisture from the meat. Put it right in there.
Now that really is the capper, I'll tell you.
That is
the capper. You squeeze every last drop of flavor from everything you do.
That's correct. And now I am ready to start plating.
Well, let's do it. Well, Mark has plated, as you can see, and it's absolutely amazing. Is that the pickled red onions on there?
Yes, it is.
Wow. And that just adds another, it's like putting icing on the cake, right?
It's like another dimension in the universe.
Now, we're going to pair this with, what kind of a wine?
This is a Shiraz. I feel that Shiraz is something that goes really great with anything that you have that requires some sweetness to it. For instance, the sauce that I made to go with the steak.
Okay, Mark, let's make a little toast here to your amazing meal.
Thank you.
Look forward to it. Oh, that is good. So, folks, we're going to dive into this thing, but I also wanted to remind you to go to our website, which is www.greatneighborhoodcooks.com, to download the recipe for this amazing Asian steak that Mark has prepared, and also we'll have behind-the-scenes photos and a little bio on Mark. But let's dive in here.
Yeah, let's give it a taste.
Can't wait. I don't think I've had asparagus like that before.
I've always enjoyed cooking it in a pan with ingredients that were in there prior, only because it adds a whole different dimension.
Chef, amazing. Congratulations. Incredible meal.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 888-209-7308. That's 888-209-7308. 888-209-7308. That's 888-209-7308.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I lost everything, and I still thought I was in control. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They found me a program that fit my needs. It was a small enough program that I could get that one-on-one attention, and they gave me the tools I needed to get sober.
Well, who will be the next discovered great neighborhood cook? We're about to find out in a few minutes as we knock on the door of a busy woman in Naples, Florida, who always finds time to cook a fresh meal every evening. Hi, Ginelle. How are you?
Come on in. How you doing?
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, absolutely. Join me.
So, Ginelle, thank you for inviting us to
Yeah,
your lovely
welcome.
home here. It's fantastic.
Welcome.
And
Thanks
as
for
I said at the beginning, I mean, you're a busy woman. You got a career going on, but yet you still seem to find time to come home and make a great meal. How do you do that?
Quickly.
Quickly?
Very quickly, yes. Usually try to pick something up on the way home, and the husband wants to eat at night, so I got to feed him.
He wants to eat?
He does.
Oh,
he
my
does.
goodness.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Oh,
good
wow.
marriage thing. It's
Oh,
they
wow.
keep a good marriage, yeah. Feed the man.
So you like meals that are fast, easy, and kind of simple, right?
Absolutely. I usually have like a 5-ingredient rule. This one kind of breaks it a little bit, but it's still pretty simple. So simple and quick, and it's really
I like that
yummy,
5-ingredient rule.
Yeah.
Well, I can see some ingredients you have now. Looks actually fantastic. What are we going to be cooking, and what are these ingredients?
We're going to be doing a salmon with orzo and some feta and some red wine vinaigrette.
Oh,
Really
wow.
simple.
That sounds fantastic.
Really good, yeah.
It sounds so fantastic. Do you mind if I kind of be your sous chef? Can I just work along with you?
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful.
Help us good.
So this is the orzo, right? You just went
Yes,
to the market?
and I started it a little bit before you got here. It takes a little bit, so put a little bit of the red wine vinaigrette because it gets sticky.
Oh,
so
yeah,
just
yeah.
to kind of keep it nice and light and fluffy. So we're going to add a little bit more.
Okay.
To kind of spruce it up a little bit.
Perfect.
We're going to cut all those tomatoes in half.
Okay. And then this is the basil, right?
That's right.
And
Yeah. There
you
you
just
go.
want to cut those in little strips, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do that. Then all this is going to go on your salad, right?
That's right, along with
Wow.
some spinach, some pine nuts. Gives it a lot of good
Ooh.
texture.
So Ginelle, as I'm cutting up these tomatoes, I'm going to put this over here a little bit. What do you do for a living?
I work for a contractor, a construction company. We do roofing, we do general contracting types of things, but my specialty is I'm the girl that helps people with their insurance claims.
Oh.
So I'm the lady
Oh,
that gets
boy.
them paid. Yeah, and of course
Oh,
right
boy.
now we're super busy,
Yeah.
to say the least. So,
Well, that is, I guess it's not an envious job, right?
no,
Wow.
not at all.
Well, we can take some of these ingredients, right?
Yeah, and I put
them
some
on your
spinach.
salad.
Usually
Okay.
do about 2 good handfuls of spinach and put it
Okay.
right in the salad.
All right.
And then we can add these in if you
All
want
right.
to.
So let's do that. I'll
this
cut
up
some
a
more
little bit.
tomatoes, but we can add those in, right?
Yeah,
And
How
here comes
beautiful
the
that is.
basil, right?
it's good stuff.
Chop that up.
Absolutely.
And then you got some pine nuts, looks like, right
Yes, yes.
now. So all these go in or part of them?
They can all go in.
They all go in.
Absolutely.
Okay, so put
They
those
are
in, right?
delicious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then you mix that up, right?
Yep.
So I'll continue to do the tomatoes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well,
So you
yeah,
do a little mixing. You smell that? It's
I do. I was
amazing.
just going to say the aroma
Yeah.
already is just
Once you
amazing.
get those pine nuts in there, it's just.
And the whole secret, of course, is fresh, 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 right?
That's right. Yeah.
I love salmon.
Yeah, it's
so
delicious.
what's the next thing you're going to be putting? I think you got this pan, what, on medium
Yeah, it's
high,
medium,
something like that?
Yeah, about medium high.
Okay.
You want to make sure it's nice and
All
hot
right.
so we get a good sear.
Okay. Well, let's put them in the pan.
Okay. We want to do a little bit of salt and pepper
Little
once
salt
we
and
get them
pepper
in
for-
there.
Okay. Did you want to put some on?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Let's pop those in.
Nice. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is the exciting part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a beautiful
Nice and
sound.
hot. I like that sound. That's always a good sound.
It sure is.
I got to
No
tell you
doubt.
something. This
Yeah.
looks already amazing.
smells
I can
so
smell.
good. I
You
know.
just start. You can see it's
Exciting,
just starting
isn't it? Yeah.
to get to where we want it. It's not
Absolutely.
quite there, but that's wonderful.
All right, so
So
we're
now,
going to flip these.
ready to flip, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Ready?
Ooh,
we go.
look
Oh,
at that.
that's
Oh, that's
amazing.
perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wow.
There we
goodness.
go.
The
Smells
color is
amazing.
insane.
Yeah.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
It just smells incredible. I mean,
Wow.
really incredible.
Wow. And as you're doing that, can I bring the salmon over and we can
Yes,
put a
please.
fillet on each one? I like being your helper.
It's fun to have a helper.
So Ginelle, you ready for the salmon?
We are ready.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I tell you, these look absolutely amazing.
Ooh, these are pretty.
Look at that. Goes right on top, huh?
Delicious.
And then, do you do something else?
Yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of feta.
Oh, wow.
A few little chives.
Yeah?
Give it some pretty. There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's make a little toast here first. So,
Okay.
here you go, young lady.
Thank
You so much for allowing us into your home.
Thanks for
And folks, I'm going to tell you something. This is already going to be an amazing meal. We haven't tasted it, but I know it's going to be fantastic. And you can go to our website, which is www.greatneighborhoodcooks.com, to download the recipe and learn a little more about my friend Ginelle. And also we'll have some behind-the-scenes shots as well. So let's have a little toast.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's great.
Nice.
Okay, now the favorite time, right? Let's dive in.
That's right.
I want to
The
try
fun.
this. So, ladies first.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. Got to get a little bit of salmon and
Yes.
a little bit of
A little
orzo.
bit of feta.
Wow.
Feta's important.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. Good, right?
Ginelle, for being a busy woman and buying, these fresh ingredients, and this is an amazing meal.
Yeah.
So it's easy, it's simple, and anybody can do it at home. And
Absolutely.
because you have the 5-ingredient rule, right?
That's right.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from Resort Release, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares. Once you've made that decision to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, Resort Release is offering a Better Business Bureau accredited way to legally get rid of your timeshare, guaranteed. We guaranteed to get rid of your timeshare payments permanently. Even if you've tried another company to get rid of your expensive timeshare, call now and see if we can help you. At Resort Release, you don't pay anything until you're ready. If you're ready to learn how to permanently get rid of your costly timeshare, make this complimentary free call right now.
Call 855-223-7661. That's 855-223-7661. 855-223-7661. That's 855-223-7661.
Who will be the next great neighborhood cook? Well, I'm here in Bonita Springs, Florida at this place. It's Jerome's Gourmet Market and Restaurant. Everybody knows it. But did you also know that the owner, Francis J. Cuomo, is a chef? Yeah, and a good one. And we're going to catch up with him in a few seconds, and he's going to show us how to prepare a great pizza pie. So come on, let's go. In fact, here's Francis right now.
Hey,
Francis,
how are you? Good to see you again.
Good
It's
seeing
been a
you, my
long
friend.
time. How was your holidays?
Oh, it was fabulous.
Wonderful.
And I got to tell you, every time I come in your restaurant, it's just amazing. The aroma, the sights and the sounds are just incredible. It takes me to Italy. It really does.
That's the whole idea. That's what I try to create here. The
It's
wow
amazing.
factor.
The wow
The
factor.
Italian wow factor.
Absolutely.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, that's right.
That's what I wanted to do.
I know it's kind of divided into some comfort areas, right?
Yeah, it's so difficult just to pick out 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 items, but the gourmet market is really such a fun place to come and get great food. Homemade, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Put our own twist on our own homemade food. Actually, I created like 2 bookends. On one side is the bakery, which you see a crowd of people there. We make over 100 baked goods a day. But
And then on this side is what?
well, on this side we have the pizza, and the pizza department where there's hot sandwiches, focaccia bread, which we'll see soon. Stromboli, pepperoni bread, different gourmet pizzas, Sicilian pizza, sausage and peppers, and on and on and on.
So, Francis, tell us a little bit more about the amazing ingredients and products that you have here in your store.
Well, it goes from wanting to open up a gourmet market and restaurant concept to let's brand some products. Let's bring in our own wines from Italy. Let's infuse some olive oils, and I have 7 different infused olive oils.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's amazing. Olive oils from
Amazing.
all over. This is our new Reserva, right? First press,
I haven't seen that one
unfiltered.
before.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a special edition. We brought that in. We've been selling it like crazy.
Wow.
But to be honest with you, we have over 120 branded products now. So you start off with a small idea, and it just escalates and keeps going.
Now, are all these online as well?
Well, actually, in March, February or March, we're going to go to e-commerce, and we'll be able to ship these anywhere in the world through Amazon as well.
You know, Francis, I love this part of your market. It's absolutely amazing.
Me too. The smells, the aromas, the cheese right across the way, the
incredible.
supersize, prosciuttos, everything hanging. I mean, but there's no pizza department anywhere like this.
I know that.
If you look at this, we make 12 gourmet pies a day. We make 4 different focaccia breads. We make 4 different strombolis. We make 6 different types of Sicilian pizza a day. Plus, of course, you can get a slice from the Bronx, a typical cheese pizza, pepperoni if you want. We use our own homemade sausage, and we'll get into that as we go over. But right underneath it is our antipasto counter and our homemade soups. So I personally designed every inch of the store and the restaurant. And I'll tell you, this corner is one of my favorites, not to take away from the bakery.
Now, Francis, this is your own twist on a white pizza, right?
Yeah, well, we have so many gourmet pizzas, and that's just one of them. You know, the Francis's white pizza is, I put the twist by putting a little pesto on the bottom and fresh garlic. And the impastada, it's not just ricotta cheese. It's impastada, it's a little drier. We add a little cream to it and moisten it up. And we put Parmesan cheese, and I season it up. And then, of course, we put it on our fresh ingredients and our dough, and we make our own dough, of course. And it's an amazing pie. The next one is the eggplant rollatini pizza. You know, I take the eggplant rollatini, which is a famous appetizer in our restaurant. We slice it, we put it on the pie, and we sell it. We made it as a fun thing one time, and if we don't have it here, they get very upset.
They get mad.
Very mad. Garlic knots. We sell these garlic knots in the market all day long. We make them 3 or 4 times a day. And we just put them out, and they just go like crazy. Focaccia breads, again, as we spoke before, the stromboli breads, the calzones, Sicilian pizza, even white Sicilian.
The array is amazing, absolutely amazing.
Very different. Thank you.
Well, let's go behind. I want to see you actually make something.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Let's
go do it.
So Francis now has his surf jacket on. You look fantastic.
I had to go get a new one because the old one didn't fit me anymore. It was 25 years ago. Well, not that. Different time, different style, but always a pleasure.
Tell us a little bit about when you were a chef. You started your own restaurant, I think, when you were what?
I was 18 when I opened my first restaurant, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Self-taught chef, and I've been going ever since. You know, 40-something years. I lose track. I always say it takes a team, and I'm but one player on a team.
Right.
I wrote that a long time ago in a newspaper ad and article, and I think it's important to give credit where credit's due. Without all of these guys here doing what they do, this wouldn't exist.
Well, take us, first of all, let's talk about this, because this looks so amazing.
Well, there's so many pies. This is a baked ziti pizza. So this has fresh ziti, our own bolognese that we make, ricotta cheese, fresh mozzarella on our dough, and people love it.
Now, I'm sure you got a story behind every one of these.
Oh my goodness, fettuccine Alfredo pizza.
Yeah, tell us that story.
I made 2 orders of fettuccine in a restaurant one day, and the people had to leave. It was an emergency. I took the fettuccine, I said, go put it in the pizzeria. We owned a restaurant, high-end, and it had a pizzeria in the front called Devin Anthony's. Go put this on a pizza, see what happens. From that day forward, if we didn't have it, people were very upset.
I love that.
Eggplant rollatini, same thing.
I love that.
We try to put a twist on everything. We have the classics, and then we have the creative side of things.
Well, Francis, take us through. I want to get a sense for all the wonderful things.
Again, we make our own sausage in the meat department. They do a fabulous job. We make it 5 different ways. This is our sweet Italian sausage. We saute the peppers, old school, with peppers and onions and garlic.
Old school, love it.
Our homemade meatballs, just so you know, we make 100 pounds of meatballs a day. Between the prepared foods, the restaurant, and the pizza. And those are the meatballs that we use on our pie. Chicken Parmesan, eggplant Parmesan is one of our biggest sellers that we have. That's a classic dish, a family recipe.
That is a classic dish.
It's breaded and fried, not baked the eggplant, and then we bake it after we layer it. So that's a classic as well. Our homemade focaccia bread.
Look at these.
Look at
Unbelievable.
These are made in cast iron tins with our own fresh mozzarella again, fresh chopped basil, olive oil, and garlic.
No matter where you look, it's just so tempting. I mean, the eye is just analyzed by all these things.
On a Saturday morning, we average about 3,000 people a day in the market, and we can't keep up. You come back in the afternoon, this is gone. We're trying to replenish it all day long.
Francis, can you show us how you actually make a pie? We would love to see that.
Sure, absolutely. Basically, we hand toss pizza. We don't use the pinwheels.
So this is an art
If
form.
I walk in here and I see them use a pinwheel, I get a heart attack. They hide it. They try to hide it on me, right? And they know, and they're laughing, right? Because it's an art. You know, not everybody can come
It
here
is an art form, yeah.
and toss pizzas or stretch pizzas. And to me, that's where it comes from. New York, the Bronx, Brooklyn, they all make great pizza. But you know what? When you see a hand tossed pizza all day long, it makes a difference. It really does.
Wow.
Anyway, so, and then of course if you know how to throw it up in the air, that's always an added feature.
Yeah.
You know, how you stretch it, how you spin it.
Wow,
You know,
look at
I mean,
that.
people
Francis.
watch from all over. And it helps, actually, the process of tossing dough helps the stretching process, centrifugal force, and it spreads it out evenly.
Wow.
So
Look at that.
We don't use
Unbelievable.
screens. We use a paddle, a board.
Wow.
Old school again. Our sauce is made in the back. We make a double batch every day and only use fresh ingredients in our sauce.
Now you don't put a lot of sauce on it.
No,
do
you don't need to. The sauce has a lot of flavor. We do a little dry oregano, Parmesan cheese as well. And this cheese blend here is not straight Parmesan. I can't give you my secrets.
Okay.
But there's 4 different cheeses in this
Oh,
mix.
really? Wow.
It's called the Francis Parmesan blend. There is Asiago in it too. That's one thing I'll tell
okay.
you. So it gives a
What
lot
about
of.
the other two?
It leaves a lot of leaves some great flavors in your mouth, you know.
Wow.
And then of course we use Grande Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. It's a blend.
You can
and
tell
there
we've
it
done
is.
this before, folks.
Yeah,
Look at this.
right in the oven.
Wow.
8 minutes, you got a great
Wow.
pizza.
8 minutes.
8 minutes, you
That's
got
amazing.
a wonderful,
That's
wonderful
amazing.
pizza.
Great.
The end result's right here.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? Again, it's just so amazing to be in this pizza area with you and to have you take us through this array of wonderful flavors and choices that people have every day. But I'll get back to the 4 batches. That's an awful lot of pizza.
That's a lot of pizza though. I tell you, we got great people in the back. You know, Marco does an amazing job in preparing the dough and the pizza sauce. I mean, they have their own world back there. But without them producing back there, we don't have the product out here. Again, teamwork. Takes a lot of teamwork.
And folks, we're going to be doing more with Francis on some upcoming episodes. I know we want to get into the ready-to-serve foods as well, and
Yes.
some other areas of
Sure,
your amazing
sure.
market.
Absolutely.
Which are what? What were the other things that you
You have to get me in the kitchen in the restaurant. I could saute
We'll
for you.
definitely do that as well.
We'll be doing that as well. And I'll take in prepared foods. I'll take in the cheese department. We'll do a segment there if you like. I even bake. How about that?
There's nothing this guy can't do.
No.
I'll tell you what, folks.
Not
You
at
want to
all.
go to our website, which is www.greatneighborhoodcooks.com to learn more about Francis and the Romas, of course.
Thank you.
And we'll have recipes on there that you can download, and you don't want to miss any of that stuff. It's just going to be fantastic.
Always a
Francis,
pleasure.
thank you so much. okay?
Anytime, anytime.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We'll be back, folks.
Thank you for coming into my world.
My pleasure.
All right.
Now don't forget to go to our website to download all of today's delicious recipes. So who will be the next great neighborhood cook? Well, tune in next week to find out. Wow. The next great neighborhood cook? Well, tune in next week.
Tune the website.